I'm going to read out a short story by Sudha Murthy from her book Here, There and Everywhere. The short story is titled, Amma, What is Your Duty? Here goes the story. At that time, my daughter Akshita was a teenager. By nature, she was very sensitive. On her own, she started reading for blind children at Ramana Maharishi Academy for the Blind at Bangalore. She was a scribe too. She used to come home and tell me about the world of blind people. Later, she wrote an essay on them called I Saw the World Through the Blind Eyes of Mary. Mary was a student at the academy who was about to appear for the pre-university exam. Once, Akshita took Mary to Lal Bagh for a change. The conversation between them was quite unusual. Mary, there are different types of red roses in this park, Akshita told her. Mary was surprised. Akshita, what do you mean by red? Akshita did not know how to explain what was red. She took a rose and a jasmine and gave them to Mary. Mary, smell these two flowers in your hand. They have different smells. The first one is a rose. It is red in color. The second one is jasmine. It is white in color. Mary, it is difficult to explain what is red and what is white. But I can tell you that in this world, there are many colors which can be seen and differentiated only through the eyes and not by touch. I'm sorry. After that incident, Akshita told me, Amma, never talk about colors when you talk to blind people. They feel frustrated. I felt so helpless when I was trying to explain to Mary. Now I always describe the world to them by describing smells and sounds, which they understand easily. Akshita also used to help a blind boy called Anand Sharma at the school. He was the only child of a school teacher from Bihar. He was bright and jolly. He was about to appear for his second pre-university exam. One day, I was heading for an examination committee meeting. At that time, I was head of the Department of Computer Science at a local college. It was almost the end of February. Winter was slowly ending and there was a trace of summer setting in. Bangalore is blessed with beautiful weather. The many trees lining the roads were flowering and the city was swathed in different shades of violet, yellow and red. I was busy getting ready to attend the meeting. Hence, I was collecting the old syllabi, question papers and reference books. Akshita came upstairs to my room. She looked worried and tired. She was then studying in class 10. I thought she was tired preparing for her exams. As a mother, I have never insisted my children study too much. My parents never did that. They always believed the child has to be responsible. A responsible child will sit down to study on his or her own. I told Akshita, don't worry about the exams. Trying is in your hands. The results are not with you. She was annoyed and irritated by my advice. Amma, I didn't talk about any examinations. Why are you reminding me of that? I was surprised at her irritation, but I was also busy gathering old question papers, so I did not say anything. Absently, I looked at her face. Was there a trace of sadness on it, or was it my imagination? Amma, you know Anand Sharma? He came to our house once. He's a bright boy. I'm confident that he will do very well in his final examinations. He is also confident about it. He wants to study further. She stopped. By this time, I had found the old question papers I had been looking for, but not the syllabus. My search was on. Akshita stood facing me and continued. Amma, he wants to study at the St. Stephen's in Delhi. He does not have anybody. He's poor. It is an expensive place. What should he do? Who will support him? I'm worried. It was getting late for my meeting, so I casually remarked, Akshita, why don't you support him? Amma, where do I have the money to support a boy in a Delhi hostel? My search was still on. You can forfeit your birthday party and save money and sponsor him. At home, even now, both our children do not get pocket money. Whenever they want to buy anything, they ask me and I give the money. We don't have big birthday parties. Akshita's birthday party would mean calling a few of her friends to the house and ordering food from the nearby fast food joint, Shantinagar. Amma, when an educated person like you, well-traveled, well-read, and without love for money does not help poor people, then don't expect anyone else to do it. Is it not your duty to give back to those unfortunate people? What are you looking for in life? Are you looking for glamour or fame? You are the daughter of a doctor. granddaughter of a school teacher, and come from a distinguished teaching family. If you cannot help poor people, then don't expect anyone else to do it. Her words made me abandon my search. I turned around and looked at my daughter. I saw a sensitive young girl pleading for the future of a poor blind boy. Or was she someone reminding me of my duty towards society? I had received so much from that society and country, but in what way was I giving back? For a minute I was frozen. Then I realized I was holding the syllabus I was looking for in my hand, and it was getting late for the meeting. Akshata went away with anger and sadness in her eyes. I too left for college in a confused state of mind. When I reached, I saw that as usual the meeting was delayed. Now I was all alone. I settled down in my chair in one of the lofty rooms of the college. There is a difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is boring, whereas solitude, you can inspect and examine your deeds and your thoughts. I sat and recollected what had happened that afternoon. Akshata's words were still ringing in my head. I was 45 years old. What was my duty at this age? What was I looking for in life? I did not start out in life with a lot of money. A great deal of hard work had been put in to get where we were today. What I had learned from the hard journey, that was my life. Did I work for money, fame, or glamour? No, I did not work for those. They came accidentally to me. Initially, I worked for myself, excelling in studies. After that, I was devoted to Infosys and my family. Should not the remaining part of my life be used to help those people who were suffering for no fault of theirs? Was that not my duty? Suddenly, I remembered JRD's parting advice to me: give back to society. I decided that what I was going to do for the rest of my life. I felt relieved and years younger. I firmly believed no decision should be taken emotionally. It should be taken with a cool mind and when you are aware of the consequences. After a week, I wrote my resignation letter as head of the department and opted only for a teacher's post. I am ever grateful to Akshata for helping to bring this happiness and satisfaction to my work and life. It means more to me than the good ranks I got in school and my wealth. When I see hope in the eyes of destitute person, see the warm smile on the faces of one helpless people, I feel so satisfied. They tell me that I am making a difference. I joined the Infosys Foundation as a founder trustee. The foundation took up a number of philanthropic projects for the benefit of the poor people in different states of India. I have received many rewards on various occasions. One of them was the Economic Times Award given to the Infosys Foundation. As a trustee, I was invited to receive the award. At that time, I remembered my guru. Now she was a student in the US. I told her, at least for one day, you must come for this award ceremony in Mumbai. If you had not woken me up at the right time, I would not have been receiving it today. I want you to be present. I will remain indebted to Akshata forever for the way she made me change my life and the lesson she taught me.